Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Queen. In today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to draft a V-shaped waistline gown with a gathered ruffle. Okay, this is a requested tutorial and I decided to share this with you guys. If this is what you're interested in learning how to do, please stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, comment and share this tutorial with your friends. And to those who are subscribed to this channel already, I say thank you for subscribing to my channel and thank you for watching my videos. So guys, I've ruled a starting point line already, and from that line I'm going to be taking my shoulder measurement, which is 7 inches, and 3.5 inches for my neckline. Then for my neck depth, I'm going to be marking 3 inches as well for my neck depth. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead to use my French curve to connect the two dots together to form my neck line. After that is done, I'm going to go ahead to mark my armhole depth, which is around 9 inches, and then I'm rolling a straight line across. So I'm going to label that line my chest line. So that line is going to serve as my chest line, and then I'm going to use my French curve to connect for my armhole. I'm going to be minusing 1 inch from the shoulder for my shoulder slope, and then draw across the line as well from my neck line points, like so. Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead to mark my bust point, which is 10.5, and roll a straight line on it. Okay, like so, just as I'm doing it, I'm going to mark that and label it my bust point line. Okay, then from there I'm going to mark out my underbust 13.5 and row as well. I'm going to go ahead and label it underbust. I'm going to mark out my waistline. So basically I'm just doing all the markings, okay, so that we can get our calculations well and at each point, right? Okay, so this is 24 and I'm going to be rolling, which is going to serve as my hip line, and then the full length of the dress, which is 36 inches. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just mark out and then roll. So basically all we're doing now is marking out and rolling it out so we can get our body shaping right. Okay, so this is the length. From there we'll be measuring our circumference. So the bust circumference divided by 2, I'm going to mark it out. So just get your bust circumference and divide it by 2. I'm going to go to my under bust measurement. I'm just going to input all the measurements I'm working on there. All right, and on the hip line and the full length. So for the full length, I just minus 2 inches from my hip line, and I'm trying to use my curve ruler to connect the lines together. Okay, so the next thing for me to do is to get my bust span measurement and roll it. So what is my bust span? That's the difference between my two breasts. So I have 4 inches, and I'm just going to go ahead to mark 4 inches starting from the bust point line to my under bust, my waist and my hip line. Okay, so I'm just marking 4 inches basically there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and connect these dots together on a straight line. Okay, and then before then I came up here by 2 inches before the hip line, and I'm going to go ahead to connect the lines together like so. Also on my bust line I came down by 1 inch, so that is why the line is not extended to my bust point line. Okay, and on my waist I'm going to come out by ½ an inch on both sides. So I'm going to, from that 1 inch downward from my bust point, I'm connecting the lines together, the dots together. Okay, and I'm doing that on the other part as well. That's the line before my hip line just the way I'm doing it, guys. All right, so that's going to serve for my shaping. That's my dart line, and then now I'm adding my allowance. Okay, I'm adding 2 inches here. You can go ahead to add 1, depending. You can add 1.5, but I'm adding 2 inches there, and I'm going ahead to connect the dots together as well. If you are yet to click on the subscribe button, please do so as we watch. Do so now, do so now, do so now. This is a way of encouraging me that my tutorial are helpful. Okay, so on the neckline, you can decide to increase yours to either 4, 5 or 6. So I'll be making my 6. Okay, so you can make it either 4, 5 or 6. Okay, but I'll go for 6, and then I'll connect the lines. Okay, so I've made a V neckline there, and then on my chest line I'm coming down by 1 inch. Okay, for my sweetheart neck. Okay, so it's not a deep one, so I'll just go ahead and connect it like so. So guys, after this I'm going to be measuring the length of my basket. That's the length, the highest length for the V. So I measured 30, and on my waist length I came down by 3 inches. So I'm going to connect the 2 lines together like so. So that's my V. Okay, I'm going to go ahead now and then cut this out. So guys, this is our bodice pattern for our plain fabric. I'll go ahead to cut out the sleeve as well. So we're going to be mixing fabric. Why the bodice pattern is for our plain fabric, the sleeve is going to be for the flowered fabric. So you can use any flowered fabric of your choice, but make sure it's shaky and silky. So you can use a crepe, like a flowered crepe, or chiffons. Okay, so and for the bodies you can use a crepe or any material of your choice. Okay, so this is the pattern and this is how it looks. So go ahead to place it on another pattern to trace out the back. Okay, so the back and the front is going to be looking the same way. Basically, we're going to be inputting the dart as well, but the only difference is the zipper allowance, because I'm just going to be having a zipper at the back. Okay, so I'm gonna head to roll the zipper allowance. I'm trying to pin this down so we can have a smooth cutting. All right, so guys, this is the front, and I've cut out the fabric with it. So this is a plain fabric, and for the back I've cut it out as well, and we're going to be rotating the zipper allowance. Okay, so for us to avoid the bulging out at the back, we'll be minusing ½ inch around this part. Okay, so ½ inch from the zipper allowance. So like so I'm connecting into the starting point. So I've taken ½ inch from the starting from the close end, okay, at the mid part. So mid part, where you, if you check where you have under your bust, anything from under your bust around your waist. Okay, so around the waist is where I mark out the ½ inch. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead to cut it out. So don't forget to add your back dart to your pattern, and if you don't have it on your pattern, you can go ahead and add it when you're sewing. Just mark it out on your real fabric and hold that part, or you slash through that part, any one you're comfortable doing. So this is my front pattern. I'm gonna head to trace out my fabric on fold. Okay, on fold, and for the back I've done the same thing as well. So I'm going to go ahead to place the two together. First of all, I'm going to take out my dart. I'm not slashing through my darts, I'm just holding it. I'm just going to go ahead to measure that part while sewing, hold the part together, and then sew. So what I'm doing now, I'm trying to shape out this ½ inch I took out from the back zipper space on the main fabric as well, and open it up. And for the sleeve, I've gone ahead to cut out the sleeve fabric as well. So I'm using this chiffon fabric. It's very shaky, and here is the one I'm going to use for the gathered ruffle. Is around 15 inches in length, and the width is around 2 yards. Okay guys, after joining everything together, this is what I have. I added another material as sleeve, just a straight cut. So I hope you find this tutorial helpful, and when stitching all this together, I hope you find it easy and the outcome beautiful. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you in my next. Bye for now.